In the additive bank, you can apply either the first or the second pattern to the index parameter, letting you scroll randomly through the analysis, to the S parameter, which modifies the formants and consequently the spectral content. You can also apply them to frequency, of course, creating some kind of melody, but it really depends on which analysis you are using, if it's tonal or not. And finally, in the same way as for the oscillators, you can add some rhythm to it by applying the patterns to the output volume. You probably noticed that for most of those parameters, you can define a static value, but also a dynamic one by adding a certain amount of influence of the Y and Z axis. On the output section of each sound source, you have access to a distortion, which is called tan H in the eigenmatrix, to the output level, and to the active range. This feature is useful if you want, for example, to constrain your pattern in a limited zone of your interface and keep the rest to control maybe an external synth. Then the sources are mixed together and you can add left-right movement to them by applying one of the two patterns to a stereo pan. I love this one, it really adds a little something to the whole sound design. And of course, add some effects like reverb or delay and set the main output volume. And last but not least, you may have noticed these little buttons here and there in the overlay. They are random buttons. The main one lets you randomize the whole preset, and each little one lets you randomize each section independently. It's very convenient to quickly generate fresh ideas, new starting points, or even just change a part of a preset you like. To take care of your eyes, there are two themes, one light and one dark. There will be some kind of quick start guide, and for the bravest that want to dive into the eigenmatrix, this button displays the macro numbers of each controller, so you can find it quickly if you want to change something directly into the matrix. By the way, if you want to learn the eigenmatrix, and I promise it is possible, it's not that complicated, let's get in touch, send me a DM, because I'm organizing a first online session next Saturday, so the 19th. But I will communicate on that in a few days. And to finish, here's the preset recalling system, where you can name your presets, of course, and save them onto your hard drive. And that's pretty much it, so let's listen some sound.